The warrior Toastmaster Divya.
Can I have the projector off, please?
Yeah, sure. Lights on. On.
The Battle of Plassey, the Battle of Jhansi, the Indo-Pak War, the Indo-Bangla War. Our motherland has witnessed so many wars, and yet she stands strong for all of us, her children. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
How many of you in this room have witnessed a war? Everybody has. I'm the youngest and I've witnessed Kargil war. How can your hands not go up? Everybody of you must have witnessed a war. Fine. How many of you have had the chance to meet at least one war hero in your life? None? Okay. Well done. Good enough. We all aspire to be as brave as these men, don't we? To be as brave as a soldier. Now, as I stand here and talk about war and warriors, I'm sure the picture at the back of your head runs about men in uniform, artillery, battlefields, bloodsheds, sacrifices, and the like. But is that all that means to be brave? I too have a favorite warrior. But you know what? My warrior has never held a gun in her hand, let alone go to a battlefield. And yet, she's fought the worst battles valiantly. So who then is my favorite warrior? It's none other than my mother. Her first battle began in the year 1977, when her father, my grandfather, passed away, leaving behind my grandmother, who was unemployed and not so well educated, and 3 children. My mother, who was aged 18, a sister who was 14, and a brother who was barely 8. That day, a dark cloud loomed over this family of 4. How would they survive? Who would pay for their school fees? Who would be the breadwinner in the family? With no choice left, my mother shouldered this responsibility. She took up my grandpa's job of being a librarian. Remember, she was only 18. A young woman who should have been as free as a bird, an adult who should have been allowed to pick her career, was forced to work in order to make ends meet. But hey, you know what? That's not what inspires me about her. There are so many people in the world who have worked before the age of 18. What inspires me is the fact that while she went on to earn and make sure that 2 of her siblings were well educated to live up to their dreams, and the family could afford 2 square meals a day, she went on to complete her Bachelor of Arts, Master of Arts, and Bachelor of Library Science, all through distance education. She could have easily lamented and said that life did not give me the correct situations. I was not fortunate enough to be a graduate. She was thrown into the battlefield unarmed, yet she made the best out of the worst that was provided to her. That, my dear friends, is what is called being a brave warrior. Just as she had begun to realize that, okay, my battles are now coming to an end, she began to see light at the end of the tunnel. She was thrust into another battle. It was the year 1996. My maternal and paternal grandparents, as in my grandmothers, both passed away in the same year. And she, my mother, was pregnant with me, her first child. What could she do? It was a bittersweet battle. On one end, there was happy news that I was being born. Second, she had lost both her in-law and her mother. Who would look after this newborn baby? She had no experience of looking after children. How would she raise a child? Who would look after me? In this tough time, my extended family, being the ever so amazing people that they are, they stepped in to take up the responsibility of looking after me. But all of this was only for 3 months. What after that? Who would look after me after this period of 3 months? At this point of time, my father had a job in Bangalore, whereas my mother was working in Goa. she was left with three choices. One, she quits her job and moves to Bangalore with my father to look after me. Two, she quits her job and stays back in Goa and looks after me. And three, and the most difficult choice, is she doesn't quit her job and yet raises me single-handedly. And guess what? What choice did she make? Being the brave warrior that she is, she picked up the third. She yet again plunged into the unknown waters and decided that whatever comes my way, I will raise this child single-handedly to become a good child. Every day, day after day, can you imagine how hard it must have been for her to leave me into the hands of an unknown lady, wake up in the mornings, cook a meal, look after a toddler, raise me, drop me 7 kilometers in a bus, go to her work and repeat this cycle at the end of the day. Not a single day where she complained and said, I cannot do this anymore. For 5 long years, she did this with a smile on her face. And you know what? Through all this chaos, she managed to go on to get her master's in library science. Again, through distance education. I still remember the day when I went to Chennai with her to answer her final exams. So, my dear friends, what do you think? Only men in uniform and armed, like trained, fight battles? You think each one of us doesn't have a soldier within us? You think you need to be given enough opportunities? Life gives you enough opportunities. You are the one who needs to fight. You are the one who needs to be that courageous person and say, I can do it. Armed or unarmed, I shall make the best of what is given to me. Remember that opportunities lie where complaints are. Over to you, Rasmus.